If you're brand new to TradingView and feel overwhelmed by all the buttons, tools, and panels, this video will fix that. By the end of this walkthrough, you'll know what everything does, where everything is, and how to set up your first clean chart properly. Let's start from the beginning. Before we get started, you'll need a TradingView account. If you don't already have one, go ahead and create a free account first. I've put the link in the description below for you. It only takes a minute to sign up. And once you're logged in, you'll be able to follow along with everything in this tutorial. TradingView is a web-based charting and analysis platform. You can use it for stocks, forex, crypto, futures, bonds, and more. You don't need to download anything. It works directly in your browser. It's not a broker by default. It's a charting and analysis tool. Now let's open a chart. When you open a chart, this is what you'll see. It might look busy at first, but it's actually very structured. Now let's break it down. Up here at the top, this is where you control the chart. Here you can search for symbols, change time frames, add indicators, use replay mode, save your layout, and adjust settings. If you want to switch from Euro, USD to another asset, let's say Bitcoin, you can do it here in the top left. If you want to change time frames, like let's say move from the 1 hour time frame to the daily, you can do it here at the top. If you want to add a specific time frame not already there by default, just click the drop down icon and scroll to the time frame you want and click the star. Now that time frame will appear in the top navigation bar. Think of this as your command center. On the right side, you have your watch list, alerts, news, data window, and object tree. As a beginner, I recommend just focusing on two, watch list and alerts. This is where you track markets and set notifications. Later on, you can learn to optimize your chart organization by using the object tree, but for now, don't worry about it. Down here, you'll see the Pine editor, screeners, the economic calendar, your portfolio, the community tab, notifications, this menu button where you can customize which tabs you would like, and just below that is the help center, where you can look for or talk with the chat assistant to answer any questions or resolve any issues you might have. If you're new, you probably won't be using Pine Editor just yet. For now, don't overcomplicate this section, you should just be aware of it, especially the economic calendar and the help center. The portfolio is actually a new feature that I think would also greatly improve traders' results. Maybe I'll do another video specifically for that. Let me know if that's something you want to see in the comments. Now let's actually set up a clean beginner chart. Click the symbol at the top left. For this example, let's use AUDUSD. Select the exchange or broker version you want. That's basically it. If you want to create a watch list of pairs or assets you frequently use, then all you do is come over to the watch list icon on the top right here and click the plus button and select which one you want. If you want to create like a folder or separate assets by sections in your watch list, then click this drop down and select Add Section. This will break up your watch list into sections. To rename them, just double click. If you want to add any indicators to your chart, all you need to do is come up to the top here, click on the indicators icon, and you'll get this pop up. Then you just search for the indicator you are looking for. You'll see hundreds of indicators. Make sure you know what your indicator does and how it works before adding it to your chart and using it in your trading strategy. Let's add one as an example. I'm going to add the exponential moving average, otherwise known as the EMA. So we search for it in the search bar here, then click on it to add it to the chart, and we can also favorite it by clicking on the star, which will list the indicator in your favorites tab. Now when you go to the chart, hover over the indicator to see different options. You can hide it from being visible on the chart by clicking the I button. You can click the cog icon to see and adjust the settings of the indicator. Next, you can take a look at the source code if you know how to use Pine script, but I should mention not all indicators have the Pine script publicly available either, but many are open source. You also have the little rubbish bin to delete the indicator from your chart if you no longer want it there. Also, another important feature is the indicator information page. If you click the three dots and go to About This Script, it will open a page that details all the information about your indicator, what it does, how and why it works, settings, updates, and community comments. Now let's actually set up a clean beginner chart. First let's go over how to change the appearance of your chart, because this actually matters more than people think. To change your chart settings, just right-click anywhere on the chart, and click Settings. You can also click the little gear icon at the top. This opens up everything. First, let's talk about candlestick colors. Go to the Symbol tab. This is where you can change how your candles look. You can adjust the bullish candle color and the bearish candle color. Most people use green for bullish and red for bearish, and that's completely fine. Personally, I recommend choosing the colors that work for you. You can also adjust the borders and the wicks if you want everything to match. Now let's talk about background color. Go to the Appearance tab. Here you can change the background from white to black or to any custom color you prefer. A lot of traders use dark mode because it reduces eye strain, especially at night. But this is personal preference. If you trade during the day and prefer a lighter screen, that's completely fine. Just make sure the contrast between your candles and background is clear. You should never struggle to see price clearly. Now let's clean up the grid lines. In that same appearance section, you'll see options for grid lines. You can adjust their color, make them lighter, or turn them off completely. Personally, I like very faint grid lines or none at all. Heavy grid lines make the chart feel busy and distracting. Remember, the goal is clarity, not decoration. You can also adjust things like the scales, session breaks, and watermark if you want the chart to look cleaner. And finally, light mode versus dark mode. At the top right of TradingView, you can switch between light and dark themes for the entire platform. Dark mode is generally easier on the eyes. Light mode can feel cleaner and more traditional. There's no right answer here. Just pick what allows you to focus the longest without strain. The key takeaway is this: your chart should feel calm. Now let's actually start marking up the chart. This is where things start to make sense. The first tool I use all the time is the horizontal ray line. It's simple, but it's powerful. It's super versatile. You can use it to mark support, resistance, obvious highs, and obvious lows. Anywhere the price has clearly reacted before, I'll drop a horizontal ray line there. It's also super easy to set alerts on these lines too. I'll show how to do that in a minute. Next, we've got the trend line tool. You can draw them along, swing lows in an uptrend or swing highs in a downtrend. Now let's talk about the rectangle tool. This one is great for marking zones instead of single price levels. Instead of saying, price must hit this exact line, you're identifying an area, like a supply zone or a demand zone. Markets don't always react at an exact price. They react in areas. So rectangles help you visualize that properly. And finally, one of the most useful tools on TradingView, the long and short position tool. This one is extremely important. It lets you map out your entry, your stop loss, your target, and it automatically shows your risk to reward ratio. Even if you're not trading live, you should still use this tool. It forces you to plan the trade properly, it forces you to define your risk, and it stops you from entering random positions without thinking it through. And that's really the key here. Drawing on the chart isn't about making it look impressive. It's about creating clarity and structure before you ever take a trade. The important thing is to keep your charts clean. You don't need 20,000 lines and indicators everywhere. If it starts looking like artwork, or you can barely see the price action, then you're doing too much. In that case, you can come down to the left-hand corner and click on the little rubbish bin where you have the option to delete all drawings or indicators or both, so you can start fresh if you need to. Now that we have added our indicators and marked up our charts, we need to save it. To do this, we come up to the top here and click on the little blue Save button. If you don't see it, then your chart has already been saved automatically. But if you are paranoid like me and want to actually manually click the Save button yourself, then just adjust the chart size a little and it should appear for you to click. If you want to change the name of your chart, then just double-click the chart name and rename your layout. Now it's time for setting alerts. This is one of the most important features on TradingView, especially if you don't want to sit in front of charts all day. Instead of constantly checking price, you can let price come to you. Setting an alert is simple. All you have to do is right-click anywhere on the chart, usually on a horizontal line or a key level you've marked, and click Add Alert. Once you click that, a window will pop up. Here, you can choose the exact price level you want to be notified at. You can decide whether it triggers once or every time price touches that level, and you can choose how you want to be notified. You can get a pop-up notification, you can get a mobile app notification, you can even get email alerts. This is powerful because it removes the need to stare at every candle forming. If your setup only matters at a certain level, there's no reason to watch every tick before that. Set the alert, walk away, come back when it matters. Now, once you've created alerts, you can manage them from the right sidebar. Look over to the side panel and click on the Alerts tab. This shows you all your active alerts. From here, you can edit them, pause them, delete them, or see which ones have already triggered. This keeps everything organized. If you're trading multiple markets, alerts become even more important. They allow you to monitor several charts without being glued to the screen. And here's the bigger idea. Alerts help you stay disciplined. Instead of reacting emotionally to random price movement, you're only engaging when price reaches a level you already planned for. That's the difference between watching the market and trading with structure. Set your levels, set your alerts, let price come to you. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful tools on TradingView, replay mode. If you're serious about improving, this is something you should be using regularly. Replay mode lets you go back in time on the chart. You can pick a point in the past, click play, and it will print candles forward one by one, just like the market is live. The key thing is this: it hides the future candles. So you're not cheating. You're not seeing what happens next. You're forced to react in real time, just like you would in a live market. This is where real learning happens. You can practice your entries, you can practice placing stops, you can manage trades step by step and see how you would have handled the position. Did you move your stop too early? Did you take profit too quickly? Did you follow your rules? Replay mode exposes all of that. And the more you use it, the more you start recognizing patterns naturally. You begin to see structure forming before it's obvious. You build discipline because you're repeating the same process over and over. And you build confidence because you've already seen these setups play out dozens of times. It's like training in a simulator before flying a real plane. You don't risk real money, but you build real skill. If you want to improve faster, don't just watch charts. Use replay mode intentionally. Treat it like practice, because consistency doesn't come from watching, it comes from repetition. Now, let's discuss TradingView plans, because this is something beginners always ask about. Do you need to pay for it? The honest answer is no. I would not recommend doing so at the beginning. The free plan is more than enough to start learning, marking up charts, and practicing properly. With the free version, you'll have some limitations though. You'll have a limited number of indicators per chart. You'll have a limited number of alerts. You also won't be able to use the replay button for backtesting. And you will see ads, that's really it. But none of those things stop you from learning structure, practicing risk management, or building consistency. Now, when should you consider upgrading? Upgrade if you genuinely need more alerts. Upgrade if you want multiple charts on one screen. Upgrade if you're actively trading every day and the limitations are slowing you down. But don't rush into paying for features you don't even use yet. A lot of beginners think upgrading will somehow make them better. It won't. The platform doesn't create consistency, your behavior does. So start with the free plan, learn the platform, build discipline, and only upgrade when your process actually demands it, but not before that. Now let me leave you with something important. TradingView is just a tool. It's a very good tool, it's powerful, it's clean. But at the end of the day, it's still just a tool. It will not make you profitable, it will not fix emotional trading. And it definitely will not replace discipline. A better chart layout doesn't mean better decisions. More indicators don't mean more accuracy. What TradingView actually does is much simpler. It helps you see structure clearly, it helps you plan your risk properly, it helps you review your trades objectively, and it gives you the environment to build consistency. But it cannot execute for you, it can't follow your rules for you, it can't stop you from overtrading, it can't control your emotions. That part is on you. The edge is not the platform, the edge is how you use it. If you use it with structure, discipline, and repetition, it becomes powerful. If you use it randomly, it's just another screen. So focus less on the tools and more on how you operate within them. That's what actually makes the difference. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. And you'll find all the resources linked in the description box below.